ever feel like ChatGPT doesn't quite give you the results you want, or is always giving you different outputs? Well, that's not really Chatty's fault. That's your fault for not prompting it correctly. And I finally sat down and put together all of my best SEO and marketing prompts into one big database. I went through my Google Drive, all my chats, everything I use on a daily basis, and pushed them into this one massive document. And what's cool is in this video, I'm going to go through these and show you how you can link them together to actually go from almost nothing to generating thousands of customers finding your website through Google search and other areas of the internet. And what's even better is you can get this exact document with these 83 and growing prompts in the description below. There's a link where you can download all of this to start using yourself. I know some of you have been asking me to get all of these together. Well, I finally actually did it. So here you go. Okay, so let's kick things off. And to start with, usually early on in my process, I'm probably using something with deep research mode. So you want to turn deep research on, particularly for this prompt we're about to use, because we want to go and gather the information that's going to inform the rest of what we're doing. So this first one we're going to use is a customer needs and pain points prompt, which is going to help us get the real information we need on what people are struggling with and what they want out of what we're selling or what they're going to buy. So it simply reads, you're a customer insight analysis. Tell me the key needs and pain points of customers in my target market, online reviews, forums, social media to find common pain points. Please use specific examples, frequency. So we can run that prompt. And what you'll notice is I haven't had to put any information in there because it's going to go and ask me these questions. So you can see the questions it's asked me here. We can simply reply to those. I usually like to use dictation mode. My industry is SEO, particularly for medium and small sized business owners who are struggling to rank in AI search like ChatGPT and AI mode on Google. And I use commercial intent search terms to help them generate revenue. And my geographic focus is generally the UK, US, Australia, but any global really within an Anglo-speaking market. So you can dictate to ChatGPT there and it's going to give you the answers rather than spending time writing out. I find that's much quicker. It's like 3 times quicker to speak than write these things. And you can send it off to go and do its deep research. So you can see here it's actually reading on Reddit to find this information for us. And skip forward 20 minutes and this deep research has finished. You can see that it's gone and done the research about business owners trying to rank in AI-powered search and gone through 103 sources. And it's interesting what it's come up with, and it's listed literally a set of pain points that people have or problems they're facing and context as to why they face them, even some reports and Reddit threads as well. Even some quotes in there which are really nice. Keeping up with your logarithm changes, lack of SEO knowledge and desire for clarity, competing with big players, slow results, mistrust of agencies and scam videos. These are all legitimate things, but it's great to get these all listed out as almost, these could almost be content segments on my website that I wanted to target with my SEO. Now from here, we don't really have a clear sort of path forward in terms of keywords or research or necessarily that many content angles because it's kind of just pain points at the moment. We could go and research and write, how to create content, but it's kind of a bit vague and doesn't quite pinpoint the problems that closely. So next we could go and actually pull quite a nice little prompt I like, which is like a reframing keyword expansion to actually reframe some of keywords and problems that people might have into specific problems they might search for on the web. So list 25 specific business scenarios where someone would desperately need, you can use this standalone or you could use this with this prompt, my service as discussed and researched and would search with buying intent. So we're going to take this and we're going to do more reframing as to what would actually be, what are the actual specific business scenarios that people will be searching with these problems and looking to solve them. So we're not going to use deep research for this. We're actually just going to go and use the normal ChatGPT to reframe some of this information we've already have. So it's actually gone and pulled out some of the quotes from what we've researched, which was really great. We don't have to search Reddit. We can pull it all into here and start working from there. Website traffic suddenly dropped after Google's latest update. Just launched new website, not getting any leads. These are some of the quotes and reasons behind even some searches in there. How to get traffic to a new business website are really great in here that we can actually pick out some of these search terms and start working on these problems really in depth and go deep, not just wide for our customers. We got stuff in here which is just classic at the moment. We rank for blogs, but not money keywords, how to rank for buying keywords, commercial intent SEO, all really great stuff. But we could take some of those keywords and actually use them as our content, or we could dig in even further and try and build out more content on a particular subject. Again, really going deep into people's problems, not just solving it with one little blog post or one little bit of content, actually giving them everything they need. So we could take this prompt that I've just pulled out of the sheet there. You're an SEO analyst helping me with keyword research. We're working on building out content for subject. Okay, here's the subject. Let's talk about just launched a new website, not getting any leads. This is a really nice one. We could pull out a keyword there as well if we wanted to expand a keyword, but let's go and put that in there. Provide all of the relevant long tail queries that can help build our authority for this subject and improve our ability to rank. So we can chain that prompt next, and it's actually going to go and do a web search and help us find out some ideal keywords that we can start writing about. So how to get leads for a new website fast. Why is my new website not generating any leads? These are all loads and loads of questions that people are asking or that are potentially asking that we can go and answer. For example, let's take how to get leads for a new website fast. That could be our keyword that we want to target. It's even gone and actually put us in why these keywords work, some strategy tips, and how to break these into a content strategy. Now, we're going to take this keyword. I'm just going to pop it in the search there for a minute because we're going to go and get another prompt to then work out how we're going to address the content for how to get leads from a new website fast. Or maybe that's not quite right. Well, you might have to tweak these for a new website fast. We'll tweak that keyword slightly, or that topic rather than the keyword directly. So we're going to go and grab this blog post outline from keyword prompt and pop it into our bar at the bottom, into our window at the bottom here. We need to fill in a little bit of information. So our keyword is going to be how to get leads for a new website fast. We could actually go and find some other keywords from this. We could use ChatGPT to come up with some other ones, or we could go and get them from wherever you want. You could say how the best way to get new leads for a website, how to attract new customers to your website, relevant things to get word count. Let's say we want a 1,500 word post. Our target audience is small business owners, and the goal is of the content is to educate, then convert to our services. And we could go and put some high ranking competitors in there if we wanted. Obviously, easiest way to do that is just to Google it and pick the top ranking information, which interestingly, we could just pick this, but there's a lot of user generated content in there, which is probably really good sign that people are asking in forums about this, as we found out, but maybe people aren't serving it great in their content. So we'll put a piece of content in there to maybe research. You can tweak these prompts as you go along, as you want to improve them as well. So here we go. This is going to help us create our blog outline for our piece of content. It's going to search the web a little bit, and boom, it's even going to bring us our title, our meta description, give us our introduction, our hook, understand some of the reasons why, drivers, and even probably at the bottom here, some call to action to our service, which is really great. Now, this is actually probably a pretty good outline. If you know what you're talking about, this stuff, you could actually take this and do a pretty good job of writing a piece of content pretty quickly, or even making an audio recording and getting AI to transcribe it, which we'll go through in a second. I like to go one step further and just give a little bit more information. So actually I have a prompt in here, which is this blog research assistant, because I like to go one step a little bit further to inform certainly content writers and for myself when it's stuff to just give a little bit more clarity into like what we need included in the piece. So our title was how to get leads to a website fast. So we'll just pop that in there. And then we need the article outline. So we can actually just pull this article outline into here. And this is a really nice prompt because it has a couple really key bits in this prompt. Can you help research the piece? I'll provide the article outline and structure for each section. Please research and provide bullet points for talking points. So I want it to give you a list of things I want to talk about in the article, but I also want it to use the so what copywriting technique to provide ideas as to why each point is important. So instead of this just being a factual article, I can always be referring back in my mind and in the piece as to why this is important for the reader. And that's going to help me pull out some more original information that might not be included in other blog posts and social media, as to like always explaining why something is key and I'm going to ask it to include interesting stats and facts to back up the talking points and relevant information. So we can run that. You could put this into deep research mode, but for the sake of this video, we'll just run it in normal mode to see how we come out. And again, it's going to go search the web for this. So here we go. This is what's cool about this prompt, and I really like it because it's given us our talking points as to the introduction, whatever, through it, all the stuff like understand why your website doesn't rank, it doesn't have any visibility, wrong keywords, but it's also got so what. You can't fix what you don't measure. Data lets you optimize user flow and boost conversions. So we're not just saying, hey, you need to be using this. We're actually always referring back to why it's important to the reader and why they need to keep doing this, which is great. I love all of this through it, even when it comes through with stats and facts, gives it a so what's and importance so that we can keep telling people in our content why it's important and why they need to keep reading on to the next bit, which is really cool. So now from here, we've got a really great article outline that actually I would grab my phone now and I would just start recording in my voice recorder. I would just talk through all of this information and just deliver it point by point. So what, explain everything and how people can go from the problem all the way to the solution and the end goal of either they found the solution or they just want to hire me to sort this out for them. And guess what? I actually have a prompt for this, which is transcript to blog post converter. So you can actually just take a transcript. I usually use it in something like Recorder, and then I can grab the transcript from my Google Recorder and just bung it straight into the chat with a prompt like this. So we could take this prompt and add it into our window here that, we don't have to continue from here, but once we've got our audio recording, we can actually say, you're a world-class editor, please convert my video audio transcript, because sometimes I use it from YouTube videos, into an SEO optimized polished article that sounds like I wrote it myself. Follow these specific instructions. And the beauty of this is it's going to go through all these instructions because it's writing based off my voice and keeping a lot of the same structure. It's not AI generated content. It's actually just written from my voice as I've talked the article into my phone and then just polished it and worked as an editor, which is a really nice hack because you can talk 3 to 5 times quicker than you can write. So even if you like writing or, you think, oh, it's not going to be much quicker, it is much quicker to voice and transcribe content now with AI than sit and write it yourself, and you get your personality and your natural phrasing come through as well. So I actually did do a voice recording and transcription for this, which I'll just post in the bottom of the chat here and get it to actually write this all out. You can see my transcription here based off this information. So I've got all the data and the statistics that is researched into my content here and use this prompt for it to go and start writing my content. And you can see it's kind of written it in my voice. I was just talking to a client yesterday who launched a website about 6 weeks ago. They said blah, 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 but it's actually broken it up and written it really nicely for me into not just a chunk of text. It's actually broke it down and acted as a really nice editor here. The one thing about this prompt is I keep always asking it to don't use EM dashes, but it just likes to keep banging them in. It's a really tough job to get rid of that for ChatGPT. So I really like that way of working, really quickly way of actually getting your content out there really quickly, but having it in a nice polished manner. You might go through this and actually edit it and clean it up and tidy it up a little bit, but as a whole, it works really well. So we've actually got a really nice piece of content here. So you could take a lot of this, quickly edit it, get it on your website really quickly, and even offering us to do a LinkedIn or newsletter version there, which I've got prompts in here for. But once I got it published on my website, there's one other thing that we need to do, and that's internal linking suggestions. And that comes, if I can find my favorite internal linking prompt here. Here we go. Internal linking strategy. You're an SEO expert specializing in internal linking, etc., etc., etc. All the instructions. We can take that and we can actually take that into, we could use it in this chat or we could use it in a fresh one. Put our website link in here, recommend a new contextually relevant links pointing to this page. It's going to crawl and read through our website and actually find content that we should be linking to this new page for. So we can easily go and put those internal links in. And I'll show you how it comes out because we obviously don't have this page actually published yet. You can see here that ChatGPT then goes through and actually finds all the pages on my website for this example. it's going to go through and build the anchor text that we want to put for each different page. So it's varying the anchor text and making it contextually relevant to each page, but making it keyword rich for our new page. It's then giving us a sentence that we can add in. So we can literally copy and paste the sentence, and it's going to tell us where to put the link in the text, basically. So we can just go through really quickly the pages on our website. If you're logged in on WordPress or whatever, you just click through all these pages, add this text and link in, and boom, you're done for your new internal linking. I know it's a really easy way to do it, because a lot of people can't be bothered to go search through their website and actually find links, but it is that easy to actually just use AI to go and find all the opportunities and let them hand them out to you yourself. So that's an example of the flow you can use with some of these prompts. And again, if you want this prompt document with, I don't even know, more than 70 prompts in there now, 75, 80 prompts in there, there's a link in the description where you can grab it yourself for completely free today.